Hi everyone, my name's Rita. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for tuning in and thank you for supporting me. Today's video is all about trying out a new method. So powder before foundation, does it really work? So for me, this is a method that was introduced to me about 2 years ago when I had beauty training, and it's something that I have tried and that has worked. The first thing that I want to say before I get into actually trying the products is that this is not a method for everybody, so you need to be aware of what your skin type is. So if you don't know about skin types and things like that, I'm just going to explain a little bit. So you either have very dry to dry skin, or you have combination skin types. Combination skin types as well comes in too. So you're either on a dry combination side or you're on an oily combination side. So if you have more dry patches and maybe a little bit of shine in places, particularly the T-zone or just the eye, then you're a dry combination skin. If your skin is like mine, it's comfortable everywhere else. It's not dry and it's not oily, it's just normal, but has areas of more oiliness, particularly the T-zone, you're a combination oily skin. And then you get to extreme oiliness where it's just oily skin all over. This method of putting a powder before foundation works very well for oily skin and for combination skins. It's not a method that somebody with very dry skin or dry skin should attempt. Because what you're using is powders, and setting powders are actually all matte finish powders, so they are supposed to be absorbing oil. That's what they're designed for, so they only dry out even more when you've got very dry skin. So with that, you need to leave this method out. This is more for combination skins. If you're a combination dry skin, you don't have to put this all over. You need to only put the powder in the areas where you have oiliness or problems of oiliness. If you're a combination oily skin, your skin is somewhat comfortable, you really need to just put it as well, again, on areas of oiliness. If your skin is more greasy all over, then you can apply it all over. So just to go back again, if you have very dry skin to dry skin, you don't try this method. It will only emphasize the dryness, it will be patchy, and it will not sit well. It will just dry your face out even more. It will look cakey, it will just separate and be patchy. If your skin is a dry combination skin, just put this powder on all the areas on the problem areas. If you have a dry combination skin, just put the powder on your problem areas and do your foundation routine as normal. If you're a combination oily, you put it on the same, again, just your oily areas, and you can leave the rest. But if you are like me and you love to have a very matte look, then you can go ahead and put the powder all over. It doesn't really affect you much. And if you're oily skin, you need to put this everywhere. So I'm going to be using my Bobbi Brown setting powder, which is the sheer finish loose powder in pale yellow. I love this powder, I used it for a long time. And for my foundation today, I'm going to be using my Lancome Teint Idole Ultra Wear foundation. Just before I put my foundation on, and this is something that I always do, I wear sunscreen. The sunscreen that I use is the Clinique Even Better Dark Spot Defense SPF of 50. This is one that is really good because it also helps to break down dark spots before they form. So why is it important to wear sun protection? Everyone should wear sun protection because it protects you against the sun's rays, you know, the UVA, UVB rays, which are all causes of all of the skin problems that we see that manifest on the surface. So UVA is present throughout the year. As we know, it can penetrate through clouds as well. So you really need to wear SPF at all times. It doesn't matter whether it's cloudy, whether it's sunny, whether it's winter, because we know that UVA, which is the most dangerous of the sun's rays, can actually penetrate through clouds and even through windows. So if you work in like an office environment and you're facing the window, you need to wear sun protection as well. So it is something that you need to wear throughout the year. Maybe during the winter it's okay to wear a lot less sun protection factor, so you can wear anything up to maybe 20. But for like very hot weather, very hot countries, it's nice to have a higher SPF. I use the SPF of 50 throughout the year. That's just because I found the one that I like and I stick to it. So mine's the Even Better Dark Spot Defense. It's SPF of 50. So this is the product that I always put on before I put on my foundation. So we have to shake this first and then apply it. This is like a really sheer cream, so you can see what it looks like there. It's very sheer, it goes on and it blends out and it's fine. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on, and then I'll do the powder and the foundation and everything. So you only need to put a little bit of this. I tend to put too much and then I don't know what to do with it next, but it's just a little bit, blend it out. You can wear this even if you're not wearing any makeup and go out. The only problem is if you've put too much, it will look a bit grey. And this product is actually suitable to be used around the eye area. So you can use it. Okay, so that's my sun protection done. And now we'll move on to the powder. So for me, the most oily part is my eye rather than my teeth. I do get a little bit of shine, but I think it's just almost just there. So it's just the eye really. So I'm just going to powder that. This is a messy process. Next, I'm going to be using my Lancome foundation. Just a point on the sun protection factor or SPF. Most moisturizers come with SPF as well, so if you already have a moisturizer that comes with a sun protection factor, it could be SPF of 15 and SPF of 20. You don't really need to go ahead and put on a another sunscreen, you can just use that. But most foundations also come with sun protection. My Lancome foundation actually has an SPF of 15, and I think that's the standard. Most foundations will either be an SPF of 10 or SPF of 15, but they don't go beyond an SPF of 20, I don't think. So if your foundation has an SPF, then you're okay as well. I don't mind doubling on my SPF. So my foundation's got SPF, but I also wear sun protection as well before that. And so if you're oily skin, it's a good idea to go and put on a powder over this to set your foundation. If you're a dry combination skin, you don't really need to add a powder over the top as well, because it's just going to dry out your skin. So you can just leave it like that, and if you need to, maybe just put an extra bit of powder in the areas that you need to. So I'm gonna set my foundation. As a setting powder, I use the Clinique Superbalanced powder makeup in shade number 8, natural 8. This is a product that is discontinued. I am not sure if they do it in America, but I know it's discontinued in the UK. So today I'm not really doing the whole highlighting and contouring thing, but if you decide to go and do highlighting and contouring, you also need to be careful not to put too much powders, because you don't want to dry your skin out. So just lightly highlight, and then, you know, lightly put your setting powder for your concealer. I'm going to be using my Smashbox contour palette. And it looks like that. So I'm using the dark color, and then I'll use that as my blusher. Okay, you're not really supposed to be double dipping, because it's not very hygienic, but I'm the only one who uses this product, so I can get away with it. So I'm just going to go right next to the blusher that I showed you, and I'm gonna blush my cheeks. Next, I'm going to be using my trusted mascara by Clinique. It's the High Impact Extreme Volume Mascara in my favorite shade, Extreme Black. I don't wear lashes all the time, so in case you wonder, you will notice in all of my videos that I don't actually wear eyelashes. I love this mascara because it really gives me volume. And I already have full natural lashes, so I don't always feel like I need extra. So it's very rare that you'll see me wearing false lashes. And for my lips, finally, I'm just going to be wearing a lip liner. I don't feel like putting any color on, any lipstick on, so I feel like a dry matte look. So I'm using a matte lip liner, Chicory. I'm just going to fill my lips in with that. Hi, so I am back after 4 hours of wearing this foundation and using this powder before foundation trick. So here are my thoughts on it. So I have, like I said before, known about this trick for a while because I was taught this at a beauty seminar, and it is something that works, but it's not something that's going to be a long-lasting solution. So if you're a combination oily skin and also a very oily skin type person, you will definitely need to carry with you a powder because you will have to do some touch-ups. Maybe not so much through the day, but you still need to have some touch-ups. So as you can see, I haven't had any touch-ups. I've worn the foundation for 4 hours. I have been out. Today is quite warm, and this is a result. So you can see that I do have some shine. Unfortunately, some of us just have larger pores. I've got large pores around my nose. There's nothing that can be done about it. You can get products that will help to snap the pores back into shape or make them smaller, but there isn't anything out there that will actually close your pores completely. And unfortunately, again, some of us just have that much overreactive glands, so they produce excess amounts of oil, so hence the breakouts of oil and shine. So it's almost like just wearing your foundation and powder over it. Like, you know, it does actually work in the same way. So if you're using a mattifying powder after your foundation, it will still last you a certain number of hours. So I guess this should be just the same, maybe an extension of an hour or so, I don't know. But I think it also depends on the type of foundation that you're wearing. So if you're wearing a very matte finish foundation, you'll notice that the results are longer, because a matte finish foundation has ingredients in there that help to absorb oil and prevent shine breakouts. So yes, I was wearing a semi-matte finish foundation, so I guess 4 hours is a good time. So maybe if I had worn a completely matte finish foundation, maybe it could have been 6 hours, who knows. But again, you can't really generalize. You have to try the trick with different types of foundation finishes before you can really say that this trick will work for everyone. It will work for some people, it will not work for everybody, because everybody has a different skin type, and depending on the type of foundation you wear, the results that you get with this will be different. Overall, I will say, if you're very oily skin, you will still get some shine. If you're a combination oily skin, you still will get some shine. Maybe if you're more a combination dry and you're only putting it in your shiny oily problem areas, then maybe your results will be much longer. You won't really notice it too much. Where somebody with greasy skin, it will just come through, but maybe it will take longer to come through, or it will come through a little bit less than what you're used to. So if you're using this trick, just remember it will best work with a matte finish foundation, because that's guaranteed to have ingredients for shine control, or a semi-matte finish foundation. If you're very dry to dry skin, this trick is definitely not for you, because powders just emphasize dryness and your makeup overall will look patchy and very dry. So don't try this if you're very dry to dry skin. If you're a dry combination skin, so where you've got a lot of dry patches and some oily bits or normal bits, then just put it in the problem areas. If you're oily skin, put the powder all over as usual, and then put your foundation and see how that works for you. So this is the results for me for after 4 hours of wearing the foundation. So yeah, it's definitely something I'm going to try again over with a matte finish, fully matte finish foundation, and see what the difference is in comparison to this. So this is the semi-finish foundation. I'm gonna do it with a matte finish foundation, and I will let you guys know how that goes. And if you have any comments, suggestions of any other videos that you would like for me to do, feedback from your own trials, please remember you can leave a comment below. I do go through all of them and I will respond. Also remember to like, share and subscribe, and thanks for watching. Goodbye.